Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to Sussex Saturday on Tuesday. I am VS Speaks Royally. Why is it that something that's healthy for you can choke you out? Like I took a sip of water while the music was playing, and then I was like, okay, here I go. I'm choking. Woo! So I had to mute real quick, but I think I'm okay. I think I'm okay. I'll be able to bring the fire. So, hello, hello, hello to everyone. Hello to all the channel members. Hello to everyone else. Thank you for being here. If you're able to share out, please do. Shout out the word. Get it out there. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I'm not going to keep y'all long. So I'm going to get right into Talk Tuesday so I can hear what's on your mind. Of course, I have some stuff to discuss. But first things first, copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. So, some sad news to share. Royal Suitor had shared this out, and I wanted to share it because this was a member of the Suits cast. Billy Miller had passed away, and I just wanted to share that. As Squad, we are Suits family too. So just wanted to give that information because I saw it on her timeline. All right. There are some pictures that I know Squad has probably seen a million times. We're still getting a download from the Invictus games last week. So much going on. Even Megan having a little visit at a location that wasn't leaked until the pictures dropped. So yeah, it's all there. So I love this picture. I wanted to share it. This is the Denmark team. hmm And Megan looks lovely. Harry looks lovely. The smile on his face is just when we say he's in his element and he knows what these games are doing for all that are competing. Yes, in a sense, competing. But yeah, it's just an awesome thing, and the smiles on their faces. This one touched me, and I didn't see it before until the other day when I was pulling, and I was like, "Oh, look at this!" So very, very special. If you watch Hearts of Invictus, you know who she is. Um, he also gave her a shout out during closing and the welcome. And yeah, it's just a lot that happened with her. And to see her is just okay. Um, James O'Brien, shocking. But he's the LBC commentator, I guess we would call him, correspondent. Over in the UK, yeah. So Mishan had shared out what he was like a very powerful moment from Harry's closing. Um, and when I saw, I was like, James O'Brien shared this? Like, what? Never know who's watching. And there were some crazy comments underneath this, but James O'Brien will handle his own. Yes. So I saw this out on Royal Suitor that while in Germany, Megan made a visit to the Trebe Trebe Cafe. I'm not sure how they pronounce it. It's a drop-in center for girls and young women who are often living on the street. And we know Megan's heart is for young women, girls, and to improve life conditions if possible. And so the cafe is a resource for support, advice, peace, and protection. And it said who Megan is pictured with. And here are a bigger picture of that. Loving her outfit, of course, but this is just her. As Tina would always say, she's not new to this, she's true to this. That is Megan, she is true to this. And of course, the little girls, little kids, they always get their attention. So here's a little bit more at the Tribe Cafe. Young women and girls can rest, eat, change clothes, and above all, they find an open ear for their problems. The social workers help them with conversations with their parents, with official positions, with the job or apartment search. So deep on so many levels, but I'm sure we're going to hear more about this cafe um, somewhere along the way. I just have that feeling. That's just my personal opinion. So, um, Archwell Foundation. Yeah. So I had shared this out with the channel members. I've seen a couple of more items, and there was a very funny moment on Baron's live stream the other night. If y'all were in there, y'all were part of it. But I'm not going to go there. So in reading this article, it says that it's a potential or possible partnership. So I wasn't sure, had it happened? Did it? I haven't seen any official news. So for me, Archwell's website is like when the official, if there is a partnership, then it would have happened there. But I could see Megan being involved with this particular cause because um, when a young girl hits puberty and that certain time of the month comes along, in many countries, they don't have the resources that they need, and then they have to stay home, and then they lose out on days in education, et cetera, and just being in society as a whole. So she has been involved before because she was involved with a very similar cause in India. And in fact, the young woman that was heading up the project in India was invited to the wedding in 2018. So again, Megan is not new to this. She is true to this. So that's where her heart is, and we should be so grateful because the young women that truly need that help will get it. And we know how she had Archwell Foundation had helped. I believe it was in Dallas, but I know it was in Texas. A young girl's home, very similar situation, helping those that were not living home. Okay, I'm going to jump into Squatty Corner. I need to give a big shout out and thanks to Gillis. Thank you for the super thanks she gave on Sussex Saturday. I'm going to play this really quickly for you. You're making it rain, 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 rain down on me. So thank you again. I so appreciate it. As you know, I hit the 5K and now it's on the road to the 10 and beyond. As many of you have spoken into, existence. You're just speaking it out there to the universe. So thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. As I get ready for the pre-trash, there were some trends that were happening. So yesterday morning, I'm not saying his name, TM or his initials, he was trending. When I saw that, I was like, oh, what has happened? Not shocking though. And then the toxic British media was right along with them. And then midday, the one at the top, yeah, space. And then I saw Dory. I was like, don't mess with her. And then, of course, TM is still trending. Now, today I just happened to notice, space is still trending. That's never good for him. And I mean, some may see it as good, but from what I saw in the tweets, yeah, it's not a good look, but nevertheless. Okay, so let me just look at comments really quickly. Hey, Canadian Family Life, how are you? Let me see. Just kind of jumping in. Thank you again, Church Nelly. And thank you to the squatties that went over to Sis Hilda's live stream. She surprised everyone when she went live this morning, and it was like, whoa. So I was giving a good shout, like, come join. All right. Nothing that has dropped yet. So be thinking about what's on your mind. I'm just going to continue on because it's probably the person that I've already shown, one of the two people, but nevertheless, in pre-trash, because it's a good thing, but it's leading into what's going to be discussed. Um, James Dunlap, MBE. So I see that and I already know, okay, where are you going, sir? Where are you going? But um, it's very, um, what's the word that I'm looking for? It's not shocking, but it's good to see that other eyes are opening and expressing what they're seeing in the smear campaign. Okay. So he put, the last 10 days has been quite eye opening on the global treatment of Meghan Markle. I had some lovely moments with her and Prince Harry around and towards myself and everyone at the Invictus Games. But I see so much online hatred and bullying towards her. Some of it was even deliberately coordinated across multiple online accounts. No one should be bullied or berated online. It's foul. So he had a thread, and there was a couple of tweets he had under there. Of course, um, we know. Oh, let me see, because I think I had it in here. Yes. So the bigger of that one picture, Megan went to this event. I believe it was cycling with Harry. Was not expecting to hand out medals, but was asked, stepped up and did what she was asked. She was like, sure. Um, Many in the, as y'all call it, Salty Island, Saltine Island, many call it many different things, um, were very upset by her attire and even had many comments to make. And so, yeah, but what does it matter what she's wearing when everyone out in the audience is casual too? It's about comfort. You expected her to be in 6-inch stilettos, red bottoms, and have on like a tiara and a gown. That's how the other one would show up to an event like this. Now I'm going to move on before I get really going. So anyway, he had something to say. Now, the other person that is coming up in trash time really quickly, and I know some don't want to discuss him, but he has to be discussed over here because I know y'all are busting at the seams for a little bit of trash time. Anyway, so a squatty had put, and let me, because unfortunately there's something in the way of the first few words. I do want to be sure that I um, have it correct when I read this. Okay. The demonic grifter grandfather of all the derangers is not our business. He is exactly what he deserves to be, lost forever and never to return. And the gift was priceless. You're a bum. I mean, and it was moving as the person is saying it. So, and that's what he is. Let us remember that. Um, mm. So Dr. Shola even got into this, and I was like, whoa, okay. Again, more eyes are seeing what is happening. And Vitkus Games was so successful that they couldn't even wait a day or two or three or four or five, but they had to roll out TM to smear Meghan and Harry when the other person is coming into the US and will leave us with the goddamn bill for his security when he could have stayed in the UK when he's claiming to be okay. Anyway, let me stick with Thomas and then I'll get on to that. So Dr. Scholler says Thomas Markle is a cancer that Meghan Markle is right to cut out of her life. He has no right to see her children or be in their lives. I reject any notion that because we are blood, I should tolerate or accept negativity you perpetrate against me. I'm too old for this bullshit. Okay, boom, boom. Speaking of the interview that TM did, and you're going to see it in Trash Time. But I wanted these to be pre-trash to set how people are seeing all of this, because his interview may have ginned up the hate with the derangers or the haters, but as far as other people, they're kind of opening their eyes and saying, wait a minute, we just went through this entire time of Invictus, awesome time. And then this, it's very evident as to what is happening. So a squatty had put this out. I thought it was excellent. So she was saying that Good Morning Britain is hiding comments. So when squatties are coming in to set the record straight, they are being hidden, and was telling us how to see them. Mhm. So they only show a certain number, but when you click on the little icon over there, then you can see. So they also are trying to make sure that only the hate is sitting out there against Megan. Okay. Professor Murray got into this. I was like, wow. So again, yeah, space and your cohorts, y'all might want to rethink this and leave Megan the F alone. Okay, because it's going to come back on y'all in ways that y'all aren't expecting. Okay. So, because she is law, she wanted to address, his notion of he's going to sue to see his grandchildren. We've been through this, it's been regurgitated. Nevertheless, California Family Code allows grandparents to sue for visitation, but a court must first determine that the grandparent had a pre-existing relationship with the grandchildren. Basically, TM's lawsuit would go nowhere. I've said this before, I have read that before, but they're still trying to push and turn that particular knife. F you all. Okay. Because it's not going to work. Now, we've brought up Omid before. Omid is really heated with them folks over there, and that's all I can say. Because this right here, smoked them. How is it almost 2024 and breakfast television is still shoving coins down TM's throat to talk smack about his child? Surely there are more pressing news stories to cover. Wonder if outlets like these realize they're mostly to blame for this tragic mess. I said, whoa. Has he moved out of the country? Because, whoa. Okay. And this is how I envision Megan looking at all of that mess. Because I'm sure she's aware of it. There's just no way that she would not be. But yeah, this is how I envision her, just laughing it off. Some of the squatties did. There were a few that did take her words that she said in the document, in the Oprah interview, that she's mourned her father. And basically, they were like, he's basically dead to her. So, on that note, um, let me come up here, put this. I'm just going to look at some of the comments. $1,500. Well, geez, I'm just going to. Hose will do a lot of things for $1,500. Hose will do a lot of things for 15. All right, let me do this because then I can jump back into comments with you. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the thing so we can get going into your favorite time. It's your favorite time. Trash time. Trash time. Trash time. So, as has been mentioned, Good Morning Britain decided to traipse out Megan's paternal donor. Um, I'm trying to be nice, not say too many colorful words, but this man has the nerve to say that she is not the person I knew as my daughter. You don't know her right now. You don't know her. And you haven't for a while because she finally said to you that she's not your ATM in a sense. I'm just paraphrasing. Because you used to get, monthly stipend from your daughter who was on TV. Never heard a word from you until It came down to the announcement that she was dating Prince Harry. And then suddenly we hear, oh, this is her father, and he worked here on the. Because you were in Hollywood, you know to keep your mouth shut. You know how things work. hmm Anyway, you weren't the father that she knew as your daughter back in the day when she was a little girl on video. hmm Talking about the camera and the zoom feature. That's the little girl, that's the daughter that you know, not the grown woman who has a mind of her own and has a right to live her life the way she wants to. And because you sold out for coins, Judas, you don't get to determine who she has in her life. If you had played your cards right, you stupid behind gambler, your arse would be living quite well. But, whatever the amount that was initially dangled to you to make sure that the wedding was stopped, and since you failed at that, you SOB. Yeah. Mm. I have to bring him up, and I know it's a many see that his action, and it is abuse, but people are seeing it for what it is, and that is the great thing. US stations better not even think about it. The tabloid ones, the E Entertainment and all that bull crap, yeah, they'll probably have it because they have nothing else to go on. But, the TMZs and all that. But like serious folks, like the Gales and the Oprahs, please don't. Okay. Um, mhm. Regular folks are seeing it, and I took this because it was like, so after a hugely successful Invictus Games that the British media managed to almost completely ignore, what do the scum low press do? Drag out TM out of his pit again, dangle a check in front of him, and demand he start spewing bile again. Pitiful. And someone else. And just like clockwork, after a hugely successful Invictus Games, what can the media do to get the hate train back on track? Oh, that's right. It's time to wheel TM out again. How predictable. And I love seeing TM grovel to see his grandchildren. Please let me see them before I die. There will be no answer because you, Thomas Smoker, sold your daughter. Let me take my banner down for a minute. Sold your daughter, and your daughter will not sell her children for you. Okay. I said, all right. Ordinary people are seeing this, speaking out, and letting it be known. Now, this idiot, actually, they report and just kind of move on because their comment was pretty disgusting. He looked after her as a kid properly. From all we know, yes, he did. He did not do anything horrible like the M word, although I wouldn't be surprised if she claims it at some point. He's committed no crime that could corrupt his grandchildren or grandkids. Why shouldn't he be allowed a little time with them? We're all family too. Whoever this crazy MF is, let me see. Number one, how dare you even insinuate, even bring up the M word, because that has never been. Um, to even insinuate Megan would do that, you're disgusting. He's committed no crime. He don't see his grandchildren from his other two kids. He don't see the great grands from them. But he's only focused on Megan's. Uh-huh. He's committed a crime. It's a crime of the heart. It's a crime of that a parent should never sell their child out for money. And if you do, consider it that you better live well and get enough coin because you better not ever bring my line again. If you saw the Harry and Meghan documentary, and that part, I want to say it's in part 3, when she's referring to his phone, when she sent the message right before the wedding, and then he replied, and I shouldn't say she got a reply back on his phone number that said Megan, blah, 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 blah. And she was like, who is this? Because he's never called me by my name. It's always Meg. So TM can play those little sucker games and get those coins. And if it's 1,500 pounds or dollars or whatever, and that wasn't enough, sir. There's no amount of money if that's truly you're truly a parent that loves your kids. Go wallow between the two that you had with your first wife. They're just as scummy as you. Now, this person saying he hadn't committed a crime, and then a squatty wanted to remind the person that there was a restraining order put up against him. Again, one of the Rhoda or somebody um, took out a, you know, restraining order. Yeah. Okay, so he doesn't deserve to be around, and he's focused on just hers to then sell the pictures and make even more money. It's only about the money for him. Let the gambler who gambled wrong um, find his best way in life, but it won't be where he will see his youngest child. Okay, that we know about anyway. Put it that way. Mhm. Now this person was talking about the Invictus games. They tried so hard, and we saw it in the live stream on taking it from Harry. Now this idiot was like, Harry is the he. He could still have hosted the Invictus Games within the royal family, but could have done so much more, like the outreach work he and Meghan did, or Megan, as they say, did in Brixton. The royal family has really missed out on not accommodating Harry and Meghan. Now, no, he couldn't have hosted the way the games are now. Those games, and especially this year with the coverage being online, took it to a whole new level. That wouldn't have happened. Especially, you have to parade out the pretenders in order for them to get the good PR, and their names have to be mentioned, and they have to be in these pictures, but they don't give two hoots. If you can't mention and even do a video to have told those athletes from your country that got injured serving that country that you claim you're the king of, man, please go sit down somewhere. Um, this is semi funny to me, but it is very much what is probably happening, that she's looking at all that the outfits that Megan did wear over the time that she was out in Germany, and is making her. She doesn't need to look at teal and green because we've already seen the green screen dress. She doesn't ever need to look at that. Um, and we don't need to see her legs. She shows too much anyway. But anyway, let me move on. All right. I saw this article on my timeline. King faces criticism after he forces four ministers to fly 400 miles to his private Scottish mansion for a taxpayer funded meeting about carbon emissions. The hypocrite that he is. Now, I saw this funny clip because someone shared this underneath the post that this was in, or the tweet that this was in. Now, hold on to your hats, ladies and gentlemen. Just hold on to your hats, because you tell me if this is not one creepy, crazy looking individual. But that's probably what the consort loved. Watch his mouth. Okay, here we go. Do you need to see that again? Here, I'll show you again. He's a freak. But the funny thing is, does he give you this vibe? Because yeah, them ears, yeah. He seems to have grown into his ears in latter years. Yes, his ears finally stopped growing at the rate that he was aging. So, yeah. Let me give it to you again. Whoa! Oh my gosh. Okay, so space, your folks are starting to rile up against you just a little bit. I hope they continue, but mm, Now, this person's a big deranger. I'm not even saying the name, but it's becoming increasingly evident that since the Platinum Jubilee, now you know how long ago, okay, that William doesn't like Meghan because he wanted to use the ideas she brought to the table. Jealousy and narcissist traits are ugly things no matter who wears them. Now, they tried to get their dig in on Meghan, but honey, that is nothing about that speaks to Meghan. But thank you for speaking the truth about space. It is about down time. Um, so someone must be mad at, over at the Guardian at the folks over there because I'm shocked. I'm seeing even these headlines. I saw another one. British public support for monarchy at historic low. Poll reveals. Didn't read the poll, but you know polls. But there's also another that says the British monarchy is dying and no PR can save it. I cracked up laughing because Al Jazeera, you like mic drop, mic drop. You know, Charles is the head of a pedestrian, dysfunctional family that seethes with petty grievances, jealousies, and contempt. Yeah, and y'all think y'all are the perfect folks as you walk around and wave with your hand backwards at people. And meanwhile, they're throwing eggs at you, they're booing you, telling you to get lost, but you won't listen to them. Mm-mm. Ego. Now, Mr. Space has an ego, although I liked him to bring it down because I have a feeling he pushed his way in on this particular event that happened or is happening, I don't know, in New York. Because when I see it, this is from Bloomberg. Prince William, Michael Bloomberg, Jose Andres, Jacinda Ardern, Bill Gates. I'm not going to try to butcher that name. Um, they're finalists for Earthshot, and the winners will be addressed on today because today's the 19th, right? So I was like, oh, okay. Bloomberg is because here's Bloomberg Philanthropies. I can't even say the word. But the Earthshot Prize and Bloomberg Philanthropies announced speaker for the second Earthshot Prize Innovation Summit. So you fly over to the US, and Earthshot is supposed to be about saving the earth, you know, carbon emissions. You run around and do all this stuff when you the hypocrisy. You know, royal family had my understanding from what I saw that you know, wanted to be exempt from the carbon emissions rules and stuff over in the UK, given they fly all these helicopters and all this other crap. But nevertheless, another this is a MAGA person, so which was shocking enough, but Bill Gates, Michael Bloomberg, and Prince William are meeting for a summit in New York to discuss creating youth re-education camps. Now I paused because I was like, what are they talking about? Okay. But then when someone was like, oh, that's a MAGA, I was like, oh, okay. They want to brainwash teens across the world into joining their woke cult. That right there, I was like, oh, yeah, bing, bing, bing. None of those three should be allowed anywhere near your children. I'm actually surprised this was allowed to be up because, you know, God almighty, if it, I guess because it was in hashtag, you know, Spaces team didn't see it because usually they'll have stuff like that snatched down in a heartbeat. They'll have it snatched down. But, you know, TM, you're going to wake up and see this woman. And so will your older children, because the three of you need to see this woman at the foot, the lady in black at the foot of your beds. I won't even give her, you know, she'll have the folding white chair in her hand, but yeah, that she whoops the wheels completely off of you. I glad that it's over in, you know, Good Morning Britain. Yeah, whatever. Ain't no different than when PM was there as the host, but karma coming for all of y'all. Yeah, buddy. Mm-mm-mm. Now, I wanted to end in a sense, I'm going to jump in the comments. But for the content that I'm giving to you all, um, I wanted to read this, but I'm going to read it while you're looking at this this picture here. So hold on one moment. Let me just bring it up so I can read it behind here. And here it is. So I like to call this Dear Derangers. Above all, my deepest and adoratest thanks to Archie and Lily for letting Papa go off to read and think and reflect, and to my mother in law, aka Grandma, and to my incredible wife for too many millions of gifts and sacrifices, great and small, to ever enumerate. Harry writes, Love of my life. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This book would been impossible logistically, physically, emotionally, spiritually without you. Most things would be impossible without you. As you look at that picture of them, you can see that is where Harry's heart is. He loves his wife, he loves his family, his children and mother-in-law, his family. Um, the rest of you can kiss and kick rocks. He wouldn't say kiss my ass. I'll tell you to kiss his ass. Okay. Now, let me jump in the comments. Let me read about all. Church Nelly's comments are just over the top. Raffaella, it is. The picture is beautiful. It's just love. It's love. It's just no way to get around that. So I'm going to jump in at a certain point. I do have a hard stop at 3, but I'm going to try to see. Rohini, why does Charles have more hair than William? Ooh, I guess one is eviler than the other. Okay, that's gonna be my response. The one that's more evil, is losing it quicker. Or one keeps his head down when he's on his knees so much that it rubs the floor from all the pegging from behind. Okay, you get what I'm doing. I should really end on that. Lord have mercy. Why did I go into the comments? Because now y'all really are. See, I'm about to cut up. Woo! All right. All right. Marsha, I love that loving picture of Harry and Meghan. You can see his deep love for his wife and that she is the very air he breathes. Yes. Hey, Sis Hilda, I see you. Yes, 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 yes. Woo! What did you say, Miss VS? You said they can kiss Harry's. In my neck of the woods, the word hole would be added. Y'all out of control. Y'all out of control. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Whew. Oh my gosh. Okay. You want a hammer? What do you want a hammer? What are you talking about? Hilda, I want a hammer. Okay. Anna, are you still continuing from her live stream earlier? Because you need to behave yourself. Hey, Angie Hart, how are you? C Mac. You didn't like that illustration? I mean, I can put that tongue action. Okay. Anyway. Let me truly. Angela, Will is not trying to save anything, just himself. Yeah, I mean, well, he got a court order to do that because I'm sure if we really knew the shenanigans that might not involve Rose, but someone, opposite of Rose. Yeah, child. Murdoch owns Bloomberg. Oh, okay. Then that makes sense. That makes sense. I thought, Mike. Oh, did Mike Bloomberg actually sell it? That's why he's quite rich, I'm sure. Anna Churchnelly, I met him. I met he was using that slimy. Okay. Yeah, now I have to add you, Anna, to that list. I'm not even going to read up here because I can only imagine what is being said. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll just stick down here. Woo! I'm acting a little silly, and I don't mean to, but Elaine, kid, sorry, my finger slipped. Okay, I'm not sure in what regard, but okay. Church Nelly, I love you, but Church Nelly, stop it. Cass, Harry was ready to get it on in that pic. What is the energy? Yeah, we all can sense the energy out of that, and it was very, candid. So I'm glad it was captured. Although some are probably losing them. Let's get it on. Is that what he was singing? Let's get it on. Why y'all like this? Why? Because then you get me going. Church Nelly. They did have a show that was called that, by the way. Okay. It was on TLC, I believe. The Learning Channel. All right. Church Nelly. If only that room in Dusseldorf could talk. Oh no, you do not want no. We don't need the room. We don't need those walls telling us anything. We can imagine, and may they be happier ever after. Tier, hope Kevin Frazier from ET heard what you read about Harry's love for Meghan. He keeps saying they are putting on a united front with their PDA. Okay, he obviously has couples confused. Harry and Meghan from day one, the first engagement they went out on, which those are the pictures I truly love of Meghan before the hell she went through. Before it really, really ginned up and started. But yeah. Maybe he should read Spare and he would see it for himself. I'm just saying. But yeah. He mhm. Something is a little off. It's just the money that they make to talk crazy on that particular show. So I give I don't give too much for ET. So let me see if I can find any other comments. Oh my gosh, I can't. And if I've missed something, please post it again because, yeah, I skipped a whole lot of comments. It was a lot. I love you all because y'all have been going on and on and on and on, and I love it. Let me see. Ooh, Rosalind, I'm glad I scrolled up. Emotional abuse is what he is doing, and they know that is his duty as a father. She owes him nothing. Meghan begged him to stop talking to the media for them to repair the situation, but he never, right, he never did. So, um, yeah, never stop talking. Now, again, he was part of Hollywood. He was a award-winning director on Married with Children for lighting. He knows how Hollywood and the media works. Did we ever hear of him before? Meghan became who Meghan became. Because even when she was on Suits, you heard nothing from him or his two older spawn. Nothing. That's why for most of us, it was like, what the, and who are you people? Because you just show up out of nowhere. I mean, it's beautiful to see that Meghan has a wonderful relationship with her niece. And thank God she did not take after her mother. Whew, Jesus. Um, It's just typical. I'm glad people are saying it's very typical that on the heels of one of the most successful Invictus games, Here they come dangling that idiot out and begging to see the kid. Sir, you can see them as the rest of us do in pictures online. In person, it would take the Secret Service, it would take the CIA, it would take the FBI to ensure that if you did, there's nothing that's recording. Um, there's no way for you to have a camera. There's no way for you to even control any pictures. They couldn't take a picture with you because then, they have to get you to sign off on any authority if they shared it. So nobody would see them, sir. Okay. Getting bigger than a whale. I just had to say that because it was swirling. Just had to say that. You're not having no problems eating. Now, mind you, you've had what you allegedly had a stroke, allegedly had heart attacks, allegedly this or that. You're so sick, but you find the time to sit up long enough to spew hate about your daughter on TV. You are a disgusting human being, sir. Mm, disgusting human being. Okay. Phew. Let me look at the time. Okay, let me keep track. I have a few more minutes. All right, coming back down into the comments. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Um, I have to read Church Nelly's and a few others because y'all were cutting up. Let me see. Um, okay, Church Nelly. Oh Lord, I know this is gonna open a can of worms. But I just never ever use honey or chocolate in the bedroom. Ants are not fun. Dear, you're supposed to clean up. Now I know, the body and any places, but it's not supposed to be flung all over. I'm just saying. Okay, let me go on down here. Mhm. I can't. Church Lily is just so. I love her though because she's hilarious. You would probably have to watch Animal Kingdom to, yeah, okay. I can see that this is not going to go where I need it to go, and she's really over there. Church Nelly, I love you. Mwah. Just know that. Oh, I see I have a starred comment up here. Elaine, thank you. You always come through. I do hope that you are feeling better. Um, you do so much for all the content creators in the Sussex positive hallway. So it's not missed by any of us, and I do hope that you are feeling a lot better. This is for you. You're making it rain, 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 rain down on me. Thank you again. I so appreciate it because you are a channel member, and I know you on many other channels. It's just you give already, so you giving above that. Just oh my goodness. Okay, so let me get off that before I being start crying because you're just a wonderful, wonderful person. So I really do hope that you are feeling better. All right, everyone. I do need to put a stake in it. If she does copy, she needs to take the wig off, Cass, and she needs to what else? Take that gaudy ring that she has on, and I know it was Diana's, but still. And then because the ring is wearing her and not the other way around, you know. Again, I've said it before. It wasn't given in love; it was just given. I'm surprised he didn't toss it across the blanket if they were sitting in Africa when he allegedly proposed. Right. We believe that story. Okay, let me stop. Let me get on out of here. She can attempt to, and we're gonna call her out on it too. Exactly, Anna. That cursed ring. Exactly. I know I wouldn't want if I knew what happened between my father and mother-in-law because it was it was around the globe. We all knew here in America, all over the place. I would want that ring. So kudos to Harry for saying, yeah, no, I'll give my loved one when she comes, something much different and better. So, Claudia, TM got his voice back for coins. Yeah, he always finds a voice for coins. So, like I said before, hoes will find and do whatever when you dangle that money in front of them. That's his stripper pole, is the UK media. Okay, imagine that. All right. Now, on that note, I love you all. I do hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day, and yeah, that be safe out there, and we shall be talking again on Thursday, hopefully. Hopefully. Love you all. Bye.